Today, let's go ahead and get up to date with the latest and greatest hot new Town Hall 12 ground armies that are being used by competitive players and the bases that they're being used on. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and today we're going to take a look at the top 4 Town Hall 12 ground meta armies, the new stuff that's being used by the competitive players right now in the game. We're over here in Nova Esports. This is a hopeful clan for the World Championship qualifiers, and thank you guys for allowing me to come over and record today. So we're going to get into our first attack, which is number 4, and I'm saying number 4 because it is the Queen Charge Miner. Now, not a lot of you guys like the Queen Charge portion. So when it comes to the Queen Charge Miner, you're looking for bases like this one where you have the town hall kind of off to the side, and you can clear out a major chunk of the base with a queen charge and a wall wrecker, and within that you want to take out the eagle artillery and the clan castle troops. And so we're going to let this one roll. We're starting to clear out some buildings. You can change the troops. It doesn't always have to be exactly what you see here on the screen. We got a Pekka taking out some buildings on the right of the queen, and on the left side of the queen you have a wizard taking out some buildings. There is also, or was, a few minions over there clearing out of an army camp, but it's pretty cut and dry. You got the queen, you got the healers, you had a wall wrecker. Inside that wall wrecker is a Pekka and an ice golem, and then a rage spell is going to be used to allow that Pekka to cut through the wall and get in on that eagle artillery. The queen's going to actually take down that eagle, and once you get rid of the eagle, man, you're really helping yourself out quite a bit with the miners. The miners get destroyed by the eagle artillery, but with that gone, you're good to go. And so here's the major component of the ice golem being in the wall wrecker. It's going to freeze everything and allow the queen some time to work. And then you're also going to notice to the immediate left of the queen there is a baby dragon clearing out some buildings. That way our miners channel through this U shape or this L shape in the base and take out all of this stuff, but we have to clear the outside walls. Then that's where the barbarian king is going to come into play. So that king is going to be placed over there in the far western side, taking out outside buildings. And then you will also notice that the miners have been dropped and the grand warden. And so what we want to make sure we do here is clear the outside buildings with the king and then keep those miners focused inside the base, taking on the town hall. Right now, as long as they stay grouped up, you're going to do phenomenal with the miners. But that's the thing, you have to keep them together. And so you don't have to worry about the queen as much. The queen will go down easily with the miners as long as they're together. You're going to see heal spells and rage spells used to carry these miners through these dense defenses. You're going to drop a heal spell in that location where there's a bomb tower, and then the grand warden's ability will be used on our miners here in a moment to power through this heavy dense area. But you will see that the king was able to clear out multiple buildings on the outside of the base to keep our miners inside the base. And that's really the key component of this attack, is creating that U or that L shape, however you choose to refer to it, and keep the miners together. And as long as the miners are together, you're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and speed this one up. That way you can see the army and try it out for yourself if you are interested in this, but make sure you document the base. The base was very important on the style that was used for the army that was used, and this is your army right here. Let's go ahead and get into the next one, guys. At number 3, we're going to place the mass Hog Rider army, because not everybody's completely sold on the Hog Riders, and it really plays a little bit of a role is the base design. And so this base right here is very important to note, because you have a town hall that's just inside the compartments, and you have Inferno towers and all the defenses stacked on the opposite side of the base. You will also notice that the clan castle can be lured as long as you can get in and take out the town hall, and then the queen is on the opposite side. That's also very important to note. And then the barbarian king is next to the town hall. So these are like key indicators for this base design or this attack strategy for the specific base design. And we're going to use our heroes to get in and take on these elements and make sure that we take care of all of these things. You're also going to see a Pekka drop to assist with the funneling process, and a few wizards. There's a wizard over there with the barbarian king, and then the ice golem. So the ice golem is a really versatile troop. It's really cool, actually. It's not like a standard golem. It's used as like a supporting troop to freeze defenses and protect things like the wall wrecker in this situation. And so you will see another ice golem placed with the wall wrecker. It's going to go in with the barb king. there's actually a Pekka and Ice Golem inside the wall wrecker, and so everything's going to move into this town hall's location, hitting a tornado trap, a poison spell for the clan castle troops, and a rage spell. And so you will notice that once that Ice Golem dies, it will freeze the clan castle troops in place and allow the queen to take out those dragons. That's extremely important to note, that once those dragons fall, then you're going to see the hogs move in, and so you're going to see the hogs go in 3 different groups on 3 different defensive locations, and then the Grand Warden's going to go with them. And so a heal spell is going to be placed, and there is also skeleton spells here. And so once the skeleton spells are going to be dropped on that queen's location, the Grand Warden's ability is going to be used, since there is a multi-target Inferno Tower, and we need to ensure the death of the queen. So the queen will die at the hand of those skeleton spells, and then our hogs are going to be carried through the base with about 4 heal spells. I think there was about 4 or 5 heal spells there. And so you got a split on the hogs, nice wide split on the hogs. You got some over there on the hidden Teslas, you got some moved in on that Eagle artillery taking it down, and then the hogs are going to continue to progress. It looks like our queen did survive the attack. That's actually kind of unusual. Normally the queen does die in the beginning stages of the attack, but our attacker here did a phenomenal job on getting the hogs in the base before the queen was 100% targeted and killed. So those hogs are going to go down, they're going to move over to the final mortar, and then it looks like we have an archer tower and bomb tower. But again, the base design, that's what's important to take note of. Maybe put this in your toolbox for later on, and you'll see the differences in bases and be able to apply the right ground armies if you're a ground attacker. We're going to play it all the way through, that way you can see the army, and then we're going to move into our next very popular ground attack. At number 2, we're going to place the very popular Pekka Bo Bat. This attack strategy it's not perfect. It's really base dependent, and you'll notice that the Inferno Towers, you got 2 of those set to single targets. You got Wizard Towers, they are kind of spread out, but you got a nice channel here through the base to send you into about 3 or 4 of those Wizard Towers. So that's what's important when it comes to using the Pekka Bo Bat, is having a plan to get rid of those Wizard Towers and flanking in the base with the bat spells to take on the single target Inferno Towers. Multi-target, not so much. Not good against multi-target, and it just takes too many freezes to keep those locked down. But we're going to go ahead and play this for you, that way you can see it in action, taking care of the Eagle artillery, getting rid of the enemy queen, because the queen will pop off and destroy bats, and then also dealing with the clan castle troops. That is all very important stuff. You'll start out with some Pekkas, and you're really just kind of setting the funnel, and you want to move everything into the core of the base all together. So you got to kind of be patient in this situation. We got, looks like 3 Pekkas clearing out buildings, taking on a lot of defensive damage, but we're holding on to that wall wrecker, and the wall wrecker is going to go with the bulk of our Pekkas. And then you're going to see the bowlers probably dropped after the wall wrecker opens up the compartment. So yes, we got Queen, Grand Warden, all of our Pekkas, and then you're going to see the healers. The healers are going to lock onto those very weak health Pekkas, rage spell, and the bowlers, and they're going to move through this base following the wall wrecker, or what's left of the wall wrecker. Grand Warden's ability was used there in order to preserve the life of that wall wrecker, and the wall wrecker is going to get directly towards that town hall, but we're getting in on a very important location. The clan castle in this situation happens to be an lava hound and a baby dragon, but we got plenty of things in the core here with the queen to take down those pups while the Pekkas and bowlers work, and they're going to take out that Eagle artillery, take out multiple hidden Tesla locations, the king's in there somewhere, and then the town hall's going to fall after the ice golem freezes everything and allows the queen to work. Now, that, like I said before, the flanking motion with the bats, you're going to see a freeze spell dropped on that first wizard tower in order to allow the bats to get in there and take it down, and then they're going to continue to follow these defenses. It looks like we only have, well, we don't have it. The queen took it out. So the final wizard tower does fall. We still have a freeze spell in the composition for that. That's what the freeze spell down there is for, was to take out that final wizard tower on the northern point of the base. But again, the queen took out the wizard tower, and this is just an extremely powerful army. Very powerful, very popular, but again, you got to read the bases for what they are. We're going to go ahead and speed it up, that way you can see the army. I'll be sure to link these additional videos for these attack strategies throughout, and we're going to go ahead and move into our most popular, newest, hottest attack strategy at number 1. At number 1, we're going to place the Bat Slap. So the Bat Slap is the new latest and greatest. It's the new hotness, and basically all it is flooding the base with the witches and the bat spells. Now, the main indicator, or the thing to look for when you're using this attack strategy, are the Inferno Towers being set to single target mode, the wizard towers spread out around the base, and being able to take out a bulk of those wizard towers will help out a bunch. And then also using the troops, the witches, to take down the eagle artillery, getting rid of the clan castle troops. And as you can see here, we got the wall wrecker, or we did have a wall wrecker. We have all of our heroes, and we have 11 witches moving into this base. Rage spells and poison spells to take care of the enemy clan castle troops, and the ice golems are being used as tanks in order to freeze defenses, to shut down everything, to allow the witches to take out additional defenses. So our second Inferno Tower did fall, and it looks like we got a group of bats moving in on that far western side. You will also notice another ice golem placed, and he's really just being used as a tank to go sit on the wall and draw defenses. That way the bats can move in, and he will freeze all of these defenses, specifically this wizard tower. That's the most important defense here. Bats are going to move through, take down that wizard tower, and then the bats are going to move on from there and continue to fight until they get to the town hall. So the biggest thing about this attack, or I guess a little bit of a mistake, if you will, was the bats getting in on the town hall. So the town hall will not fall to the bats unless you're able to keep the Giga Tesla frozen, as well as this additional wizard tower. That wizard tower is just going to roast those bats, but again, if it just falls back on the witches. And so you got witches with the Grand Warden moving into the town hall, taking it down. We're going to speed this attack up for you guys because it is a little bit of a lengthy process waiting on the bats, or waiting on the witches in this case. The queen does survive. She's on the back end of the attack. She's going to cut through a wall, taking down additional buildings on the outsides with the witches. It looks like we got one single target Inferno Tower that does survive, but again, it cannot stand up to the witch. It can roast Pekkas, but it cannot stop the witches and all the numbers that are produced by the witches. So that's going to pretty much wrap us up for today, guys. I'm going to leave this up just a little bit longer. There's the army for you guys, and we're going to link some additional videos for you if you are interested on how to learn how to do these attacks. If you enjoy the content today, guys, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys.